Freeman. No, not the actor. It is just a wild coincidence that my inner voice sounds the same as the actor. My humans at Antisocial Network. They say I'm a very good dog, which I am. So my advice to you, as a very good dog, is to support my humans at Antisocial Network. Enjoy quality programming with a diverse range of topics. Thank you for listening. My name is Morgan Freeman. The dog, not the actor.
That's right. Welcome to another episode of WrestleShoot. God damn it, we're back. We're back, Chris. I made it. I'm awake. I'm here. Woo!
Get that caffeine in you.
Yeah. I'm your host, Wild Thing, Rob Wiles, joined, of course, by the ever popular. His popularity is growing in massive numbers, the greatest numbers anybody has ever seen. My hedgerow life mate, Chris Casanova. What's up, sweetie?
Cheers.
Cheers to your health, the greatest health that you could ever have, the biggest, grandest, most epic health.
It's going to be big league.
It's going to be big league health.
Whoa. All right, so what the hell are we talking about today?
You know what the fuck we're talking about, man. Help me out here. I'm exhausted. I'm barely here.
Oh, yeah, cancel cultures in wrestling.
Cancel culture in fucking general can kiss both of my nuts at once, but yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah. But you're right. How does it pertain to pro wrestling?
Yeah, it's fucked up, man. It seems like if someone doesn't like someone or doesn't like something on that they're viewing, they try to get everybody, like you said earlier, fucking like Spartacus. Let's all rise up and try to fuck this person over and get this person canceled and blah, blah, blah. It's like, we live in a free fucking country. If you don't like somebody, don't watch them. Like, just go on with your life. Like, straight up, why try to take other people away? I don't fucking get that.
Well, because nobody gives a fuck about these people or what they have to say, I should say, in their day-to-day life. So they're like, hey, if I get into a cause, then my voice is heard. No, it's not. All you are is noise filtering in with a bigger noise. All you are is rattling some saber on some cause that doesn't actually affect you at all.
It's more of a noise than anything.
Whole bunch of fucking Karens out there, and somehow Karens are dominating, really through social media. The Karens are dominating entertainment.
Yeah,
what the fuck?
Because they have nothing else better to do with their fucking sad and pathetic fucking life. And they are unhappy with themselves all around. And so they have to create some type of noise to feel fucking valid or feel worthy. Fuck off, all you Karens. What?
Butcher.
I'm
saying, dude, it would be funny if it wasn't so reckless and dangerous. It's out of fucking control. Like, let's go back to Hulk Hogan. All right, let's go back to what happened with him, and I won't say it so we don't get canceled, even though we're nobody who's going to cancel us. But
it starts with an N, ends with an R. Okay,
after he dropped his N-bomb.
Yeah.
And everybody was just so fucking outraged. Oh my God, the Hulkster. How could he actually be a person? Listen to me, people. Hogan was okay. Well, there's Butcher's opinion. So Hogan was in what he thought was a private moment and a moment of his own weakness. And I'm not saying that Hogan's not a racist. I'm not saying that he is. You know what I'm saying? I don't have any fucking idea. And what he said in the privacy of some bedroom and the repercussions that he suffered for it were just outrageous. I remember when it first happened that I saw a little thread on Facebook. And, oh, Hogan and fuck Hogan. Let's get him canceled and kicked out of the Hall of Fame. And I just remember thinking how ridiculous that was.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then, like an hour later, that same feed popped back up and looked at it again. It was like 75 people getting on board with Spartacus. Let's rise up against the Hulkster. Well, look, guys, there was a time in professional wrestling where kayfabe was a thing,
It
right?
was real. It was 100% real. It was a real fucking thing.
It was a very important thing
Yeah.
to keep the business going, to build it to where it ended up going. Kayfabe was important. So you had to live to a certain set of rules, right? Keep it real, blah, blah, blah. But after all you nosy ass smarks decided to blow it out the water, you know what? That's a good goddamn idea. Give me a second, Butcher. After these marks blew it out the water, right? Kayfabe is dead. What is kayfabe? It doesn't matter. Well, that's when these professional wrestlers now they get to have a life outside of work. They get to be actual fucking human beings. And then you people get angry about it, and it's let's cancel them for being flawed, regular, everyday people.
Yeah. And I guarantee fucking T that nobody's fucking innocent. Like people fuck up all the time. People have flaws. You know, how would they like if we pull some of their fucking flaws out? No one really give a fuck because they're not a fucking name. So
because they're nobody, right? Because they're nobody.
I bet they have said far, far fucking worse than Hogan has. Some things that Hogan has said. It's complete fucking bullshit. Was it wrong from this saying that? Yeah, of course it was. But I'm not justifying it or condoning it's okay. But
may I take a quick second and address this?
Yeah.
Cancel Rob for his hatred of Lindsay Ivan. My response is go fuck yourself, Doug. Moving on.
I thought you loved her.
Lindsay Ivan. Butcher, you have got a Facebook invite in your messenger. Get your ass over here, cutie. Anyway. But then, they did it. They kick Hogan out of WWE. He's not going to be referenced ever, anywhere, ever. He's kicked out of the Hall of Fame. Did he come back? Did he come back, Butcher?
Did he come back? Hogan?
Hogan.
Of course he did.
He did. They made Hogan's life miserable for a period of time. But that period of time did pass. But the problem is all these little cunts out there in Mary Go Fuck Yourself internet land take it upon themselves to start this campaign to try to ruin one person's life.
Yeah. It was a fucked up thing to say. Great, let's all fucking move on. It's like you fucking killed somebody.
You know, my views on Hogan are completely my views on Hogan are everything wrestling related. You know,
right?
Whatever you like in the, you know what I mean. It don't mean Hogan's a god. You know, he's a god. But it don't mean I have to like what Hogan did in a ring. However, when it's outside of the ring, you know, people aren't allowed to be people. That's not me saying what Hogan did was, you know, acceptable. However, you know, like you say, it's a slaying. That's what it is. People in society don't like when a figure steps over a line, but me or you or anyone else can step over the line and it's like, hey man, did you end him off? Yeah. Well, yeah. Watch what you say next time. Hogan, however, no, we're not satisfied until, listen, they ain't satisfied until someone uses a rope or uses a bunch of tablets, and even when it's too late, they still carry on. I like you say, them are the social Karens. You know, listen, the world's fucking evil. You know, the world's evil.
A shitty place for sure.
The higher you're on top, the easier people are to take shots at you. That's just
a longer fault.
Yeah,
you know.
And
people thrive on that. Karens thrive on that.
But what bothers me the most about this cancel culture, because we were getting into this a little bit ago before we went on air, that you watched that Stuka documentary.
Yeah, he did.
And then you brought up, that, maybe he didn't kill Nancy Argentino, but he had a hand in it, right?
Right.
And that's what I said, Chris, don't you remember in the hotel room when he opened up to me in a drunken stupor like I was Barbara fucking Walters about the whole Nancy incident? And basically, Jimmy sat there and he said, look, there was a lot of cocaine involved. We were doing cocaine all the way into Pennsylvania. We were doing it all day at the hotel. We were arguing. It was getting stupid. And I had to go to work, man. So I told her, look, I'm going to go. I'm going to go on and do this. You wait here. And he grabbed a bag of Coke to take it with him. And she didn't like that. So she went at him, swinging away. And he said, I tried to grab her up, brother, and, try to restrain her. And it just didn't work. And I got frustrated. I fucking threw her off of me, and she slammed her head against the side of a dresser and was bleeding. And Jimmy said, oh, shit, we got to take care of this. And she said, you know what? This got out of hand, and this was dumb. It is just a cut. Go to work. We'll finish this when you get back. I'm just going to lay down and watch some TV. So he said, okay. And she was seeming fine. He left. He came back. She was unresponsive. He got the cops out there. He took responsibility for it. And that got turned into, after the man was dead, cancel culture put their eyes on him.
His daughter picked up all that shit.
Yeah.
And you know what? Whatever his hand in with the Nancy Argentino, it doesn't fucking affect you. Mind your own goddamn business, cunt. Don't worry about what Snuka had going in Snuka's life. It doesn't impact your life at all. So fuck you. Cancel that.
Very true.
Yeah. Or a cocksucker, you can say cunt, or whoever was talking shit.
No.
Nah, they're all cunts.
Okay.
He's seeing off today.
And then you get guys like Honky Tonk Man. And old brother fucking Wayne is out there trying to get canceled. And they won't do it.
Yeah.
Honky is trying to get canceled. He loves to push the envelope. And I love Honky. I'm not talking shit. Honky, if you're watching this, don't send me a shitty email. It's cool. I love Honky. But he's a shit disturber. And he has so much fucking fun with it. He never stops. He never stops stirring the pot. He has told me multiple times, let those motherfuckers cancel me. I could use a vacation. Never happens. Because he wants it. He invites it. He goes, bring the fucking fight. People who are like, I don't want that smoke. Oh, we smell blood in the water. Let's turn it up. Let's really go after him.
Yeah. It's like fucking sharks, man, swarming around. Let's see a little blood. Let's see what else we can get.
Yeah, mother.
It's fucked up.
Ric Flair. They tried to do that whole cancel him thing because he did.
You can't cancel Flair, man.
He did the very thing that Rick has been doing for 30 years. He flashed his giant fucking hog at somebody.
Yeah, but the thing is, right? Flair tried to cancel himself when Shawn Michaels fucking beat him. Flair couldn't live with the fact that his name ain't mentioned within a fucking minute or so. You know, Flair needs it.
Agreed.
It's been too long. Woo!
Could you imagine, right? Could you imagine if the world stopped talking about Rick?
Yeah.
God forbid.
I can totally imagine it.
You know? But, you say, listen, everyone's got a story. Everyone's got a story. A lot of people, and in the business of pro wrestling, I mean, you two have been there. I ain't. But, I think when you're born in a certain era like the 80s, and then, you see some of the people that have wrestled in their eras, they ain't got stories. They got skeletons, and people can't wait to open them fucking wardrobes. They really can't, They can't say a word until, there's an opening, It is. It's like that, and it's fucking sad.
You know, I just had a thought. These people, these cancel culture people, you got to wonder if maybe they don't realize the actual harm they're causing. Okay, so let's go back to Hogan. What
I
did
think they
Hogan
do.
say? What did Hogan say? He said nigger.
Mhm.
He said a word. He said a word that us as a polite society have been trying to take the power away from for decades. Decades. Hogan said a word. A word has as much strength as you give it. So when the whole cancel community went crazy because the great Hulk Hogan said nigger, suddenly that word has all of its strength back. All they did was pump helium back into the balloon of a hate word.
Dude, they put an extra G on it.
Yeah. They
Yeah.
put an exclamation point after the R.
No, they put an extra
Ricky,
G
my
on it.
dude, welcome home, buddy. Nice to
Listen,
see you again.
what's up, guys? Yeah, I agree, Rob. They made it way bigger than it was. They turned it into huge.
Because you think about power of words, right? How often, Chris, do I call you faggot? And I'm not calling you a gay faggot. I'm just saying you're doing a faggoty thing right now, right? I'm saying you're doing something that when we were growing up as kids, before we even knew what gay was, we would call each other that word when playing football or whatever.
They're adjectives and nouns, aren't they? You
Yeah.
know, me saying, yeah, you know, shut up, you faggot, and then saying to someone, you know what, he's a fucking faggot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a huge difference.
There's usage of there's usage of the word and the way that it's interpreted. You know, it's like a black guy calling another black guy. It's okay because he's my brother, but a white guy can't. You know what I mean? There's strength in the word. It's how you interpret and hand that over to the next person.
Yeah,
That's
You
right.
know?
What kind of energy are you putting into the universe based on
Exactly.
a word? What
Like
if
I'm
I
saying,
decide
it's
to start?
respelling it, isn't it?
What if I started trying to push the narrative that saying the word lady means you hate all females? Lady is a hate word, even though we've been saying it forever. Lady is now a cancel culture word. And what if 1,000 people got behind and just said, let's all 1,000 of us just focus on Facebook and try to punish this person for saying the word lady.
Yeah.
And you can turn that into a negative easily. Any word you can. Think about it. I mean,
and then let's flash back over to the Snuka to the Jimmy and Nancy incident. So like Jimmy was gone, right? Nancy was gone. God was going to sort it out. They were going to get their end figured out somewhere else.
Yep.
By this cancel culture bullshit picking up, how did that make Nancy's family feel to have that all pushed back in their face again? The man was dead. They had to get used to that. Okay, he's gone. So the one who did this is now removed from the earth. We could start healing. Oh no, wait, here comes fucking cancel culture cunts try to push their bullshit opinion up your face.
It's like they make more than it should be. It's just like just leave it as is. Mind your fucking business. It's done. And that's
complete. It's the complete. It's erasing your name.
Yeah.
Mel Gibson went off
just
on an anti-Semitic rant on a cop, right? When he was half drunk and whatnot. And everybody turned on Mel Gibson. But guess what? When Mel Gibson was doing his Jew rant, that cop could have just handcuffed him and taken him away. Mel Gibson could have suffered the repercussions of what he was doing. Because you have the freedom to say whatever the fuck you want in this world. But everybody else has the freedom to respond how they're going to. But because Mel Gibson called a cop a Jew, where did that give everybody all this ammunition to let's cancel Mel now? It became a high. It's a drug. It's a power that people who have no face, no real voice. hide behind a goddamn
Mhm.
computer. At least you could see my face saying it to you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, you guys hide behind a photo and a meme and other faggy shit.
It's. I mean, we could go on all day about this on different topics. We can talk about fucking the Redskins. Why are the Redskins' name canceled? It's bullshit. They've been the
Yeah.
Redskins for 50 fucking years.
That was fucking disgusting. That was disgusting.
Right? Disgusting. The Native Americans don't even fucking give a fuck. It's probably some fucking person from Berkeley that has fucking nothing else to do, and that's fucking complaining.
It-
Yeah.
Thank you,
Yes.
sir.
I do.
You know-
I do agree. Ricky, I do agree. So,
I just
anyway.
that for me. Now I'm from the UK, but I grew up. Yeah, I grew up always knowing that they were the Redskins. Now because in that it was round about the pandemic, wasn't it?
Yep.
Round about the pandemic, because people got offended, and let's not get things confused and twisted. It had fuck all to do with the badge with an Indian tribesman. It all started with black rights, right? Now, because there was all this going around the world and people were taking knees and blah de blah de blah, it all of a sudden turned into a let's take a look at the whole world, but let's strip the whole kind of, because let's not fucking let's be honest. The Redskins are the fucking Redskins. You know what I mean? They took away their name. They took away what was on the badge. They took away everything that team was built on. And for what? It had fuck all to do with the narrative that was happening in the world. It had fuck all to do with it. But what happened was a bunch of fucking people decided, let's fucking try and change the world. And that's what they did. They stripped everything. If the badge didn't look right, if the way it's fucking unbelievable. And that's the strength in social media and people. It's mental just how far people will go.
Yeah,
if I'm standing in a crowd of people, they play the national anthem, and I see somebody take a knee. As far as being American, I would find that offensive.
I fucking find that offensive.
And
I find it offensive.
And as an American, I would absolutely support his right to do that.
I think
he has every right in the world to take that. Of course
they do, but it's like, but the way when I say I take offense to that, of course they do, because it's the way that it's signified. It's signified. It's attention.
Wow.
It's attention. They want attention constantly.
Of course.
For what?
And you see, Butcher, right there, Doug just brought up a great point of something you might not have heard about, that they actually tried to cancel a kid who was at a Kansas City Chiefs game, and he painted his face black and red, the team color. And now they're turning on regular everyday people.
You know what the worst thing about it is, all right? Is listen, I don't give a fuck who I offend.
That's why we're on the antisocial network.
I really don't. I pity the owners of that team, because there is no way in a million years would I have rolled over, right, for anyone, because that team has gone through, fucking hell, dude, that team gone through like tougher times than a bunch of people taking a fucking knee. Tougher times than they're the fans that support and follow that team with an Indian on it, right? That have been through tougher fucking times than taking a knee.
And you know what? Let me also point out that I'm not saying that I feel like I might be trying to build these wrestlers up as they're very good people who shouldn't be suffering those slings and arrows, and that's not necessarily the truth. They are people. They are all people. Some wrestlers have done some very, very horrible things to people. Some promoters have been accused of doing horrible things to people. But those people will work it out amongst
That's all careers,
themselves.
Rob.
Vince McMahon might fire a wrestler because of what he did in his personal life. He might say, "You are bad for my company. You've got to go." And then that should be the end of it. Everybody can fuck right off with their opinions. Talk to your friends about it. Man, do a podcast about it. But don't try to directly affect somebody's life, because who the fuck is you?
Bullshit, man. There's fucked up people in every profession, man. That's just the way it is, man. It's not just fucking wrestlers, Rob. I mean, it's fucking everywhere. So fuck that.
The world, dude. The world.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
But we still know very well because this is WrestleShoot, how the wrestling business in particular works and how they used to hide all of their shittiness, but they don't have to.
We've only got to wait for the fucking potentially biggest name in the wrestling industry to start getting the cancel off when he eventually gets, what's coming, but again, a certain VKM. People have known what fucking Vin's been doing for years, decades.
Of course.
What? I mean, come on, dude. The only way you were getting a job in that fucking company, was if fucking Vinny could see your tits. And, Vinny was like, well,
you're either blowing Vince or you're blowing Hulk. You're blowing somebody.
Well, I'll tell you what, sweetheart. They've got to go up another size or two, and then I'll give you a job. And
well, goddamn, pal, look at those. They're cute little knockers. They're pretty, but they gotta be big. I mean big, goddammit. I mean like huge.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the unfortunate part of the fucking industry. We all know that.
And that's of course it is. And that's the funny thing is you see these so-called people. They want to. Listen. You got into the business because of these people, right? But then you have the kind of the goal to join a movement. Like you say, it's got absolutely nothing to do with you. It ain't hurt you, and if you're offended by it, poor you.
Yeah, boo fucking who. You remember back in the good old days when people would say, life's tough, get a helmet? I'm tired of hearing about it.
Yeah, you said helmet.
What happened to those days?
You forged ahead. That's the way it fucking worked.
If you really need a hanky, here you go, but you're being a faggot, right? And that was okay.
Yeah, or get some nuts and move forward.
Yeah.
And as of today, this will probably be the very last WrestleShoot.
I don't think so.
You goddamn wrong about that. We'll do if we gotta do WrestleShoot on ham radio, it will survive. We'll be on CB's. Breaker one night. Come in, Chris Castano. This is Rob Wiles. Get ready to go live on the air.
This is Bandit.
Over. That's right.
But Butcher, you bring a good point about Vince, though. You know what? I know we were talking about Vince last week. Fuck it. You know what? I'm not saying he's innocent, but all the shit they have against him, all bullshit, man. They've known what he is. They've known what's been going on for multiple years.
Exactly.
Like, it's ain't fucking news to everybody.
I'm not going to say it's petty.
No,
because
guys, hang on. I feel like this is a very irresponsible statement you're making about Vince.
No, it's not.
And I say that because as people are making these accusations, let's not forget the people like Rock and Cena are coming out and going, "That's a bunch of bullshit. That's not true."
They're not. They're behind him.
So we don't know what happened. We don't know and we don't know what's true and what's
let's
fake.
not fuck around, right?
I go like this. So when people tell stories, right, it's like a recipe, right? You throw one thing in there, all of a sudden you're throwing this and this and that in there, and it's like it just gets out of hand. It's like,
Right.
what the
It's
fuck, dude?
The telephone
Exactly.
game. The telephone game. I tell you, you
Yeah.
tell them. By the end of the line, it's a
And it
different
just-
story.
Whatever happened here, it's like way over here now, and that didn't even happen. It's like, come on, give me.
I'm over here now.
Listen, they know, right? They know, right? If Vinnie Mac, right, gets fucking, if he has to go to some sort of trial or whatever, right? There's a hell of a lot of fucking stories that come out, you know, and with them stories come names and other people, and the lawyers start talking bigger money and extra zero.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know. So when you've got the likes of, listen, we know stories about fucking John Cena. Other fucking wrestlers have said what type of piece of shit John Cena is behind closed doors, and you know, it's also like the Randy Orton effect with Ken Anderson didn't lost his job, and you know, there's
Right.
a click. There's a click. And these people have been looked after for years by Vinny, right? Undertaker being one, certain people. Do you know what I mean? I'm a wrestling fan, but I don't fucking listen. They're all not in on it, but they all know what goes on.
They have their hand in the cookie jar, just like everybody else.
Yeah, of course they are, dude. There's a lot of checks that pass hands.
Yeah,
You know,
unfortunately,
it's
Vince
looking after your future endeavors.
right. Yeah,
But the checks and balances that we're referring to right now need to stay exactly where checks and balances do stay, and that's internal in a company. These fans who are, I mean, they act like they are unique in the sense of man, woman, black, white, but it's not. You are all just an aimless shade of gray that are blowing your fucking tops and not gray smoke.
Look how quick, right? Look how quick Vinny distanced himself and sold off everything he had in the business.
Yeah.
That's not to say
he also made $3 billion. So good on
that's
him.
not to say that he still doesn't own a massive stake. It's just in someone else's name. You know, other people can't be seen to be doing business with people like that. You know.
I don't know if you guys have heard this rumor that's going around online, but there is a rumor that McMahon has considered going to AEW and offering them $1 billion to walk away, giving it to him.
I haven't heard that. I heard that he was going to start his own shit. That's what I heard too. Maybe that's in conjunction with AEW. I don't know.
Listen, the thing is, right? I don't care what Vinny does, right? I really don't, because I know that people in this world will shit on you 1 minute and be your best friend the next. Okay, at the end of the day, the reality of the situation is that man's a billionaire. That man will make you money. That man will give you a job. Everyone in wrestling needs a fucking job and a paycheck, right? So you'll be shitting on that man and burning him 1 minute, and then you'll be fucking shining his shoes the next.
That's correct,
I agree.
sir. But the problem is that this fucking cancel culture doesn't have any accountability. They don't have any real consequence. They're trying to issue consequence, but they don't have any back. So maybe, and just maybe, if anybody's listening, call me Spartacus. Rally behind me. That let's do some cancel culture shit. Let's go after them. Let's show them what it's like. Maybe Maybe if some truth and reality bombs are dished out more in this world, then we as a country can nut the fuck up again. And we cannot worry about, okay, taking a knee, an athlete, that shouldn't affect you. Shut the fuck up. Because all these and this isn't a rib on Trumpers. But all these Trumpers who are screaming to the heavens how unpatriotic it is for this man to take a knee, at the same time are taking Trump's mugshot and slapping it across the American fucking flag. All right, so let's not try to talk out both sides of our neck here, people. Let's be like our grandfathers were. Pick a side of the line and fucking stand on it. Drop your balls again. Maybe dudes need to quit shaving their pubes so close. I don't know what it is, but let's do something where we can man the fuck up again. We're the antisocial network. And if you don't like the truth bombs that we're dropping, fuck off to another network. That's our answer. That's our answer to cancel culture. You don't have to be watching this right now. Rather than taking notes and crying a river and telling all of your pussy friends about how offended you are. I don't care. Send me an email. I'll read it on the air and rip you apart.
It's like Larry Flint said, right? If you don't like Hustler, don't read it. Walk away.
Let's be honest, though. Whoever actually reads Hustler, right?
Right.
Great picture.
Very true. But yeah, it's wonderful.
You should say, if you don't like Hustler, quit whacking off to it. You
don't like something, fucking just mind your business. Move on. To something else. Don't try to fuck that person over, dude. I'm not a fan of that.
Anybody else want to add anything, finalists, before we put a pin in it?
Fuck you, faggots.
Yeah. Chris, you got. All right, guys. We're WrestleShoot. We're here on the Antisocial Network. Check us out. Facebook, obviously, we're Real Antisocial. You can go to our website, antisocialnetwork.net, get to know who we are. We got some really good shows. We've got WrestleShoot. We've got Ghosted. We've got Midnight Paranormal joining us. Gut Shank Theater coming up this Sunday. We got Butcher about. That's right. We got Butcher about to launch his gaming show and some other interesting
show.
Shit.
We've got decent wrestling shows.
Fuck yeah.
We bring some shit.
We're changing the way shit's done.
We even allow our good friend Derek from Play the Tape to do a Sunday Bible study, man. You can get what you want over here. Yeah, probably get a whole lot of what you don't want, because we're Antisocial Network and we don't give a shit.
We're even looking for politics show.
Yes. Yeah, can we just do a couple of minutes? I want people, right? People are watching this. If you know people out there that do podcasts and that there is of a particular genre, politics, sport, I'd like something on retro, cooking, anything like that. You tell them to come along.
Absolutely.
Tell them to come along.
We are recruiting. And guys, here's the bonus about joining the Antisocial Network. We're not going to ask for any ownership over your intellectual property. That's your creation. That's your baby. We're not going to tell you how to do your show, because that's not what we're about. We didn't bring you on board to do a show that we tell you to do. We bring you on board because we want your individual flavor. But the best part is you are not going to be fucking censored around here.
No.
Censor-free.
This network is unscripted. It's unscripted. It's unlicensed. It's as R-rated as you want to fucking make it. We're not going to charge you.
Right. We're
not going to charge you. We want you to monetize and get paid. You know,
that's right.
It's all about sponsorships. And trust me, people, listen, we've been through some shit. We've worked with everything on here, right? And there is no more working with the fucking, you know, if it's stagnant, it's getting flushed. We're going to be okay now, people. We're going to be okay. You know, we can have live
We'll
ghosts.
get to filming that. We'll get to filming that recruitment video over the weekend. Get that polished up. But yeah, man, if you guys know anybody, hit us up, antisocialnetwork22@gmail.com. Or just send us a fucking message, here on Facebook, whatever. But contact us, man. We're always bringing on new and unique ideas. If you have an idea, tell us what it is. Tell us why it works. Boom, let's do it.
Hell yeah.
Anybody have anything else to say before we wrap it up?
Nope.
Nope.
Well, then let's call